And CBS 13 political analyst Gary Dietrich joins us now on this historic day in D.C.
Yeah, Gary, so we know President Biden has a reputation for reaching across the aisle. We know the country needs unity. He spoke of that. And in many ways, that starts with Congress. How do you see that playing out and happening moving forward?
Well, that's going to be a significant challenge, Elizabeth, and the big thing hanging over it, impeachment. I mean, if you have a trial in the U.S. Senate, which looks like we are going to have, that makes the bringing together of both parties exceedingly difficult. And that's going to be very critical when you've got a 50-50 split in the Senate, when you've got just a 10-seat majority in the House, one of the tightest in a long, long time. That's going to be a challenge. And the Biden people know that. The president now knows that for sure. And it's going to be very interesting to me to see what are the first initiatives or two he brings to the table, hopefully something they can get passed. That's what usually happens right out of the gate.
And we know just hours after being sworn in, Biden signed 17 executive orders, including a 100-day mask challenge, asking all Americans to wear masks for 100 days. And other orders included stopping the U.S. withdrawal from the World Health Organization and also extending the nationwide moratorium on evictions and foreclosures until the end of March.
So, Greg, what's your take on the president's swift actions during his first 24 hours in office? That's a breakneck speed, huh?
Well, and those are just the beginning, Tony. I mean, we've heard there's going to be 53 between now and the end of the month. Every weekday is going to have a different theme, supposedly, about these. But I'm really interested to see the 100 million vaccine doses in the first 100 days. Everybody was asking today, a first initial press briefing by his press secretary, how is that going to happen? People want details. I expect to see that to get as much or more attention than any of the rest of these executive orders.
And of course, you've got to remember President Trump moved quickly as well, rescinding a lot of what he called government overreach. All right, let's talk cabinet now, Gary. Half the president's nominees are people of color. Some of the heavy hitters include Antony Blinken for Secretary of State, Janet Yellen for Treasury Secretary, Lloyd Austin for Secretary of Defense, Merrick Garland for Attorney General, Javier Becerra, we know him well, for Secretary of Health and Human Services, Pete Buttigieg for Secretary of Transportation, Miguel Cardona for Secretary of Education, Alejandro Mayorkas for Secretary of Homeland Security. We got through it all. Break down each one. No, just kidding. We will eventually, but...
Yeah, give us your thoughts, Gary, on these elections.
Right. Well, we won't take that time, Tony. We'll do that at midnight tonight. The bottom line here is this. He got one confirmed today. There's already been so-called holds by senators, which they're allowed to do, on several of these nominees, meaning they can't immediately go to a vote. There's going to have to be some questioning that's going to happen, potentially in committees. So this isn't going to be breakneck speed in terms of confirming some of these folks. But Biden said coming in, he wants a cabinet that looks like America. That's why we're seeing the kind of diversity that you just recited, Tony.
All right, Gary Dietrich, we appreciate your thoughts as always. Thanks so much.